afternoon, everyone. We are here at the Renewable Energy Vermont Conference last day. Over 500 Vermonters are here. Businesses, energy innovators, legislators, advocates who are focused on doing something substantive on climate change and turning that into job creation and equity for access for everyone. And we are pleased to be here with Burlington Mayor Miro Weinberger, who we just joined on stage, making a really powerful announcement about the commitment Burlington is making as part of its net zero energy roadmap, as well as part of doing its part to combat the climate crisis that we all face. So we're excited for this kind of leadership, and we are glad to join the mayor and several other businesses and organizations to really support putting bold ideas like this forward. So tell us a little bit more about what you put forward.
Yeah, great. Thanks for being up there, Joanna. It's an exciting day. We've been working on this net zero energy roadmap for quite a while, released it in full last month, and it's got a lot of exciting stuff in there. I think it's a fundamentally optimistic document that says we can get to some very ambitious, maybe the most ambitious local climate goals in the country in about 10 years, using existing technologies that are cost effective today in many cases. Another finding of that roadmap, though, that kind of brought us to the proposal today is that if we try to fight this climate emergency without properly pricing the cost of carbon pollution, we are kind of fighting this crisis with one hand tied behind our back. And almost all the strategies we're pursuing in Burlington would be much more cost effective, much more compelling to the households and businesses and institutions that need to make investments if the cost of pollution was being properly priced. Our plan for how, our proposal for how you could do this in Vermont would be a revenue neutral carbon pollution fee that would start at $30 a ton and ramp up from there incrementally, about 10% greater than the cost of inflation every year until you get to 30, 34, and then 5% after that. And the results of this analysis we just released today, I think, are pretty striking. They basically say that this proposal would have a big impact on emissions, probably bigger than anything else we can work on, and it makes sense because doing this would give a tailwind to all these other efforts. It would reduce emissions by about 25% by 2030 and 37% by 2040. In addition, I think what may be surprising to people is by doing it in this revenue neutral way, where we rebate back out to Vermonters, Vermont businesses, and individual households on a either monthly or quarterly basis, they'll be actually getting a check back from the state. If we do it that way, we keep the money in the economy. It reallocates some money away from fossil fuel companies towards local power generators, wind and water and solar sources of energy. That has a net positive economic impact of hundreds of millions of dollars over the coming decades. It actually creates hundreds of jobs. To me, this is a win for Vermonters, it's a win for Vermont businesses, and it's a big win for the environment. I think we should do it now.
Great. Well, we're so appreciative of the leadership putting this out there, having this kind of plan and vision, and actually putting forward the policies and strategies it will take to achieve the future we all want. So appreciative of that. We always end these every week with a call to action. So today, call your legislators and call the governor's office and say, put forward your climate action plan. We need policies, we need investments that will get us to achieving our shared climate goals. Burlington is leading on this. They've got great ideas they're putting forward. Ask your legislators and the governor, what is your plan? And let's hope to see this move forward. Thank you so much for the time today. Thank you all for making your voices heard in support of this idea and other great policy ideas that are being put out there by leaders like Thank you so much. Tune in next week.